Welcome everybody. This is Gil Garcia, aka Andino Gil. You could find me as Andino Gil on Instagram, or you could find me also on Dino Gil on Facebook and follow me. You'll see my work on photography, on Photoshop, and on Lightroom. This is going to be my first video, if you want to say, on how to use simple stuff on Photoshop. So I'm going to ask for forgiveness if there's any mistakes, any errors, any pronunciation or whatsoever. This is my first one, and I'm learning, like you guys are going to be learning, simple tricks in Photoshop. So let's start. Okay, for those of you who are not familiar with Photoshop, this is what it looks like right here. And what we do is we import a picture, which this picture right here, you could download it down here, and you could practice with that same picture itself. Okay, so here we go. Now, the first thing we're going to do is identify the layout of Photoshop itself. This is a little picture here. This right here is called a toolbox. Just like any other carpenter, they use a plier, they use screwdrivers or whatever. This is the toolbox for Photoshop itself. Now, here up here is called the menu box, the application, and the tool option. Every time you use a tool here, it'll tell you, it'll give you some options. All right. We're not going to go into this completely because this is a very simple tutorial. And then once we get into it later on in other tutorials, you'll see how this actually works. This side on over here is called the panels. On this panel here is basically you're going to see everything that we are working on. All right. So if you have any questions, just post them, email them, and I'll try to answer as much as possible and as easy as possible. But I think what we're going to do here, I think is very interesting, is going to probably be the first step for you to learn how to color in Photoshop. Now, this is a simple download which you could scan from a coloring book and just throw it in there. Go to YouTube if you don't know how to load pictures in Photoshop. It's very simple. I usually like to grab them and just throw them in there, place them in, does everything automatically. All right? All right, so let's start. What I like to do on this side here, this is the background. I like to duplicate my background. Now, there's always two ways of duplicating. You could grab it and bring it down here, boom, and you could duplicate it. Or you could just press a shortcut. Everything is shortcut in Photoshop. Is Control J for the ones who are not using Apple. Okay, I'm not familiar with Apple, so I can't give you the shortcuts for Apple. But any shortcuts that you want, you just press right here. Like for instance, in Edit, you go to Copy, and it shows you right here the shortcut. Control C if you want to copy, and that's exactly what it is. Okay, now here it is right here. Now if we were to color this, we take the brush, which is right here. Okay, there's several brushes. We're just going to use the tool. The one that you mostly use is basically the tool brush. And what we do with the tool brush here is, okay, what we do with the tool brush here, if we want to paint this, let's say black. Okay, here is the toolbox, and as you can see, the black, whatever's on top here is the foreground color, and that's what we're going to paint here. So if we were to paint black, we could paint black like this. But the problem here is that we're not in line, as you can see. Okay, so let's do something better. Let's if you click this twice, it'll give you a color picker. And you could pick any color. So let's just say, let me take this color picker and I'm going to put it right here real close so we could work on it. Can we work on it here? Okay. Let's just say we're going to pick red. It'll bring it here. Okay. As you can see, it changes red. Now, like I said, we could try to color it like this, and it's obviously not going to work. It's not following the line. So the easiest way to do things is in the toolbox, we go to what's called the quick selection or the magic wand. I like to use the magic wand when it's very simple like this. So we take the magic wand, okay, here it is right here. And if we click right here, wherever it is that we want to color, right here, you can see it's going to select this area right here. So if we go to the brush and we paint where it's selected, as you can see, it's not going to go over the line. You see that? And we could just paint all over like this, and we paint it, and we paint it. And as you can see, it basically just painted in red. And it doesn't go over the line. Now see these little marching ants, what we call, if you want to get them out, what I do is you deselect. All right? I deselect basically on Control D, and as you can see, it just deselected. If I want to paint another line, let's say, let's pick a color. Let's say blue. Pick here blue. So you can see blue. Okay, blue comes here. And we're going to select where is it that we're going to basically paint. We go back to the magic wand and we click on where is it that we want to do. Let's say blue, let's say the middle one. And as you can see, it selected this row right here. So what we do is we go to the brush and we paint the blue. And as you can, it's not going out of the line or the area that has not been selected. You see? Control D will deselect what is it that we have, and now we're into that. Now if we continue, let's do one more, and I'm going to show you another trick on how to do it faster. All right, so we click on this right here again, and let's pick yellow. Right here, okay. Yellow foreground. We have the brush, yellow. We're gonna pick our selection. Let's say this one right here. As you can see, I picked yellow. We go back to the brush, and it's only going to paint where it's been selected, as you can see. Control D, and we deselect. So this is the first and best way to learn. Once you learn, what I'm going to do is how to paint multiple selections. Now, what we're going to do is, let's say, okay, these are the coins. So let's pick, I don't know, green. I'm just picking random colors, whatever it is. Okay, let's say green for money, or yellow, or yeah, let's just pick green for money right now. Okay, here it is right here. Now, what we're going to do on this one is we're going to select multiple selections. Now, you see this? If I click in here, it's going to select that one right there. If I click another one, it's going to select that one. As I click another one, it's going to select that one. And if I click another one, it's going to select that one. Oh, you know what? Let me pick also a green for the rainbow. Yeah, right here. Boom. So I got this selection here, and I got a couple of coins that are basically green. So what I'm going to do here, now that everything is selected, all right, is I'm going to go to my brush, and I'm going to paint over everything that is selected. Look what happens. Look what happens. It's only going to paint wherever it's been selected. See this right here? Control D, deselects. Let's say I want to paint this kettle here. You know what? I'm going to keep on painting some of the coins. So let me go back to a little bit of yellow, assuming it's gold. Press OK. Here's a color. I'm going to go back to selections, magic wand tool, and I'm going to pick a color, a couple of them that's going to represent the gold. Here, here, here. What else? Here. Okay. How about what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick this one here as yellow also. How's that? So I'm going to click right here. And as you can see, it's selected all this. Now I'm going to go back to my brush. Paint over everything that's selected, and it's going to be yellow. Look at this. And it's not going outside the lines of where it's been selected. Deselect. Got that. This little rim, I don't know. Let's give it a pink color maybe? Yeah, just to have a contrast on it. Here's a pink. I go back to the selection, magic wand, and I click on the rim. You see that? You know what? At the same time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick on one of the rainbows also. How's that? Good. Take my paintbrush, and I paint everything that's within the line. You see this right here? Deselect, and you got that. So that's the whole idea. Let me the cloud. I don't know. What can we could what color? Light blue? Can it be light blue? Yeah. Okay. So light blue. We selected the color. We go to the magic wand. Select the magic wand. Select the cloud, and let's select this last one right here. I'm going to bring it here, color, and we'll select. And if you can see, if I paint outside the line, it's not doing anything. But if I paint inside the line, okay, it paints everything that's needed. So there you go. There's how to paint in Photoshop a color. Nice and easy. Now there's more tricks and more detail because all we did is basically just explain the toolbox. Now in applications in the menu, we're going to have another tutorial, and that'll give us how to control the toolbox. But everything, you got to learn this first in order to get into the menu and application and tools and whatsoever. Okay, so if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. I'm always want to know what the opinion is. And we're going to have some more Photoshop. This is for the beginners, and we're going to have some more Photoshop for the medium and for the advanced people that we have in this group. And I hope you follow me in Instagram, Facebook, and my new YouTube page. Okay? Have fun, enjoy, download this picture, and practice. And by the way, once you do this, this is another one that I've done. Okay, I've colored this from this. Okay, so I did it the same method that I showed you before. Once you color it, then you could do this. As you can see here, there's what's called a gradient. This is another tool that's basically here. This is a little bit more advanced, and we could work on this. But first of all, you need to understand the concept of Photoshop. Thank you very much. Your comments are welcome. Take care.